am Hannah Erica Stata Burrell from second year BS Ed English SE21. So now, let us unfold the story behind Freyr and Freyja or Freyja. During peaceful times, both twins were worshipped as gods of both sexual, farming, fertility, peace, and love. Statues with Freyr's image were most often crafted in phallic shapes and is even said to have had sexual relations with Freyja or Freyja, even though the two had other marital partners. So who is Freyr? Freyr is the Norse god of peace, fertility, prosperity, and sacred kingship. He is also associated with good weather, sunshine, and a bountiful harvest. Freyr is a member of the Vanir tribe. There are two tribes of gods in Norse mythology, the Vanir and the Aesir. The Vanir are generally considered fertility gods, while the Aesir are known as warrior gods. Now, what's his appearance? Freyr is usually depicted as virile, muscular man with long flowing hair. Often he is carrying a sword and he is almost always accompanied by his gigantic golden bristled boar. Now, what's about his family? Like nearly all of the Norse gods, Freyr is part giant. In this case, on his mother's side, he's the son of the frost giantess Skadi and the god of the sea Njord. He is also the twin brother of his equally beautiful and famous sister Freyja. His sister rules over much that Freyr does, but additionally presides over death and war. Some accounts do not identify Skadi as Freyr's mother, but rather as the unnamed sister of Njord. In that case, Freyr's mother would also be his aunt, but that sort of marriage was not all common among the gods. Now, what's the interesting story of Freyr? One of the greatest treasures was his ship. This ship was an amazing magical vessel that always had a favorable wind, no matter what. That, however, was not its greatest trick. This ship could be folded up into a tiny object that could fit inside a bag. This amazing ship let Freyr travel the seas easily. On land, he wasn't forced to go on foot either. He had a magnificent chariot drawn by boars that brought peace wherever it went. One of the most famous stories in Freyr's history tells us how he fell in love. After the war between the Aesir and the Vanir was over, Freyr became one of the hostages who joined the Aesir. One day, he decided to sit on Odin's throne, which had the power to show the user anything in the 9 worlds of Yggdrasil. So now, let's proceed to Freyja or Freyja. She is the Norse goddess of love, beauty, fertility, magic, war, and death. She also commands the Valkyries, female warriors of the gods. Freyja also possesses a chariot pulled by cats and a boar named Hildisvini. She is the leader of Valkyries, goddess of love, goddess of war, goddess of death, goddess of fertility, goddess of magic, goddess of beauty, childbirth, protection, nature, and goddess of fortune. Now, what's her powers or skills? Immortality, swordsmanship, magic, archery, death senses, elements, shape-shifting, death empathy, spearmanship, knifemanship, chariot driving, flirting, enjoying beauty and lovely things, leading the Valkyries, and bringing peace to the dead. So now, what's her goal? Her goal is to rejoin her husband Otter, maintain her beauty, to own pretty, lovely, gorgeous, beautiful, fancy things, give brave warriors a peaceful death and afterlife. So now, what's her interesting story? Freyja is also a protection goddess as she looks after the death. But just like with everyone she's thought of as evil because of some of her actions, being goddess of the dead makes some people believe she doesn't care for the living. Some view her as more lustful instead of loving and don't think of her as scared, frightened, fragile female when there is a male human or god who wants her love after she refuses them. Now, Freyja likes to use her beauty to get what she wants. She enjoys watching people fall in love, and she doesn't need to see death as sad or scary thing. Freyja loves almost every man she meets. She also enjoys beautiful fancy things in nature. Freyja is kind and caring due to her being the goddess of love. With her kindness, she brought arts to the gods like beauty, dance, celebrating, parties, music, and fancy things, all the stuff that she loves.